Hey everyone, Bonnie here, and we are doing another episode of the Inner Temple of Witchcraft. We are in now lesson 12, Born Again, and this lesson basically focuses on past lives. So it would be easier with a partner so they can guide you through the past life regression, but you can do it on your own, which is how I did it because I don't have anybody who could do this with me. So there is like a guide in the book of how you should go about it, and there's other alternative ways as well. At the end of the chapter, if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, you can try it this way, kind of thing. So I did it by myself. I recorded myself reading the guide, and then just kind of tried to remember all the sights and senses and everything that I could remember. I don't remember a lot, so I hope to do this again with someone who's better equipped at guiding me through. But what I did ascertain was that in one of my past lives, I was a midwife in Spain around the 1400s or 1500s. And the reason I say Spain is because everyone was talking in Spanish, but it wasn't Central American Spanish. It wasn't the Spanish that I'm used to. It was more formal, more soft. Spain Spanish is softer than Central American Spanish. Being Puerto Rican, I know the difference. But yeah, it may have even been Portuguese. I know a little bit of Portuguese, but I could understand what they were saying. And I had a bowl of water, and I could see myself in it, and I had brown hair, and I think either blue, green, or hazel. I had light-colored eyes. I'm assuming they were hazel. My skin was a bit dark, so I'm wondering if maybe in my past life I was Moorish, which is the Muslim people in Spain. They were, I had to do some research, because I was like, I don't know what's going on here. What is this? But yeah, it was somewhere around the 1500s. At the end of the Moorish, I don't even know how to say this, but yeah, it was at the end of the Dark Ages. I know that, but I witnessed myself dying, and I died from an infection, but I was surrounded by like family. I'm assuming it was family. But like I was surrounded with love, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. I've never done past life regressions. I've never done past life exploration. It's not that I don't believe in it. I do believe that we can reincarnate. It's even mentioned a couple times in the Bible. But I've never like given it much thought. Like it's just something in the back of my mind. Oh yeah, that exists. So this was a really interesting exercise, and I'm thinking of doing more research, especially like the midwives in Spain, because they were at the time where I was a midwife. There were restrictions put on them through the Catholic Church, and then by like the 1900s. It was almost completely abolished because people were getting more medicalized childbirthing, like gynecologists. And I found it interesting that in a sense I delivered babies, which is weird for me because I don't like kids. No, that's not true. I love kids. I like them over there, unless they're my own kids. But yeah, it was interesting seeing. I was like in my body, but not in my body. Like I could tell that this was somebody else, but it felt like real. It felt like I was the one who was guided. Like I was at one point, I was with a wet washcloth, just dabbing on the mother's face, and cheering her on and like guiding her to deliver this baby. And but yeah, I find that very interesting that I saw myself more Moorish instead of European. And for those who don't know, the Moors were the Muslims, African Muslims, who lived in Iberia, which is now Spain and Portugal. So I found that fascinating. Like it's I know it's part of my culture, but I just find it fascinating that it's that ingrained into my DNA. Anyway, I guess I'm a little I'm a little wonky. This was an interesting exercise, and I wrote it all down. So I hope you guys have a great day and brightest blessings. I love you.